And over in Washington, Louisiana's U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy took to the U.S. Senate Committee on Labor and Pensions this week, where he discussed the failures of the FAFSA program. If you don't know what FAFSA is, FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid and is used to help college students determine their eligibility for financial aid from the government. According to Senator Cassidy, last October was when the FAFSA program was supposed to be ready, but it was delayed until March. However, in April, the Department of Education announced that roughly 30% of FAFSA forms had to be reprocessed due to data errors. That means students who needed their forms to be processed were not able to receive their aid package. Cassidy says the rollout of the program was botched and that both students and universities are facing the brunt of the consequences.
Colleges cannot offer these students their financial package because of the processing errors. Some students will decide not to go to school because they don't know if they can afford it. Some universities will have a cash flow problem because the students that might go there for enrollment will not, and so the cash flow problem will be very real. This should not be partisan. It is about the students, it is about the parents, it is about the integrity of a process that the Department of Education has totally failed at.
National College Decision Day was May 1st yesterday.